Gọvanọ Hope akụkọ Faith Igwilo enwetala akara nrite site n'aka onye aka na-achị steeti Imo. Ọzọkwa, ụlọọrụ INEC ekwuola banyere ọtụtụ akwụkwọ ikikere ntụliaka elu akpọrọ PVC n'aha mkpirisi a na-ewebeghị ewe na steeti Imo. Igbo bụ eze, ndewo na ọ bụ Obianuju Nwosu ji akụkọ ụwa n'abalị taa bụ Tọzdee abalị 5 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị n'ime afọ a bụ 2023. Unu ga-enwetakwa ya n'akara ejimara ya Facebook Nta Owerri Live maọbụ YouTube. Kezienụ ntị nụrụ nke anyị ji bịa n'uju. Na ịkwalite ogo mgbasa ozi bụ nke tọrọ atọ n'ebe ndị nta akụkọ nọ n'ala anyị, ọmụmụ ugboro ugboro bụ nke achọpụtara ka isi sekpụ ntị. Aka na-achị steeti Imo bụ Hope Uzodimma kwuru nke a n'oge ọ na-enye akara ihe nrite n'aka ndị nta akụkọ nke afọ 2022. Onyeisi ụlọọrụ INEC na steeti Imo bụ Prọfesọ Sylvia Agụ ekwupụtala mmetụta ya banyere ọtụtụ akwụkwọ ikikere ntụliaka elu bụ ndị a na-ewebeghị ewe na steeti Imo. O mere ka mara nke a n'ọgbakọ ndị nwere aka oke nke were ọnọdụ n'Owerri. Faith Igwilo ji akụkọ a n'uju.
Onyeisi ndị INEC bụ Prọfesọ Sylvia Agụ esiele mkpu n'oke olu wee na-ekwu na ndị mmadụ abịabe bịa were mpempe akwụkwọ ha ga-eji banye aka n'akwụkwọ. Ọ gara n'ihu kpọkuo ndị mmadụ ka ha jisi ike bịa were mpempe akwụkwọ a ha ga-eji mee okwe ntụliaka elu. Ọ gara n'ihu tie ebewu maka mkpọmkpọ na ndende ndị omekome na-eme na ụlọọrụ INEC dị iche iche, wee na-arịọ ndị omekome ka ha jiri nwayọọ na-eme ihe ndị a n'ihi na ihe ndị a ha na-eme agaghị egbochi ha ime ntụliaka elu 2023. Gara n'ihu kpọọ ndị ọrụ nchekwa bụ ndị uwe mkpamkpa ha na-akpa na ụlọọrụ INEC. Onyeisi ndị polisi bụ Mohammed Bade na onyeisi ndị DSS bụ Wilkos Idaminabo kwuru okwu na ihe ndị a ma kwee ndị mmadụ nkwa na okwe ntụliaka elu a ga-aga serere werere na-enweghị nsogbu ọbụla, wee na-ekwe ndị mmadụ nkwa nchekwa ha wee gwa ndị mmadụ ka ha pụta n'igwe wee mee ntụliaka elu n'ihi na nchekwa ha anọrọ na anọrọ. Ọgbakọ a akpọrọ INEC Stakeholders Meeting a gbara ajụjụ ọnụ ma nwekwe ọsụsa ya. Site n'Owerri, abụ m Faith Igwilo n'oge aka ụwa nke NTA.
Dịka nkwado nke ntụliaka elu nke afọ a na-ebiri ọkụ, etinyela ụkpụrụ iji belata tigbuo ozugbo n'oge a. Chuma Nwakwere, onye ya na ọtụtụ ndị bi n'Owerri kparịtara ụka, chọpụtara na ha na-ekwu ka e nwee ntaramahụhụ siri ike a ga-enye ndị dara iwu n'oge a na nkwudo nke udo bụkwanụ nke ha banyere na ya. Usoro dị oke mkpa bụkwanụ nke ndị ọrụ nchekwa soro na steeti Imo bụ ihe kpatara ọtụtụ mmeri ha nwetarala n'ọgụ a na-alụ megide enweghị nchekwa. Nke a ka ụfọdụ ndị ọrụ nchekwa kwuru dịka ha na ndị nta akụkọ ụlọọrụ NTA na-akparịta ụka. Lọrịtarinzegwim ji akụkọ n'uju.
Ihe gbasara ichekwa ndụ na ngwongwo ndị mmadụ bụ ọrụ dịịrị gọọmenti n'ogo niile n'ihi ọ na-akwalite okwu azụmahịa na okwu akụnụba nke ndị mmadụ n'obodo. Nke a ka ndị nwere aka oke na ọrụ nchekwa sịrị na ọ bụghị ike kwesịrị hapụrụ ndị ụlọ ọrụ nchekwa naanị, kama ọ bụ ọrụ dịịrị onye ọbụla. N'ihi nke a, enwere njikọ aka n'ọrụ dị mma n'etiti ndị ụlọ ọrụ nchekwa nọ na steeti a nakwa ndị ọzọ nwere aka oke, tinyekwara ndị ndu nke dị n'ime ime obodo. Oke bụ nke ndị ndu a tụnyerela nke ndị gụnyere ndị eze ọdịnala, ndị isi oche otu Town Union, ndị ndu ndị ntorobịa, ndị otu ọrụ nche vigilanti nakwa ndị otu ọgba nta, tinyekwara ndị otu ndị ọzọ tinyerela n'ọrụ nchekwa. Ka ndị a nwere aka oke n'ọrụ nchekwa kwuru sị na ọ malitela mịtawa ezi mkpụrụ. Michael Abatam bụ onye na-ahụ maka mmekọrịta ọhaneze n'isi ụlọọrụ ndị uwe ojii steeti a. Ọ sịrị na ụlọọrụ ndị uwe ojii etinyechala ụkpụrụ ndị dị mma iji wee kwalite ntụkwasị obi ndị ọhaneze n'ebe ndị uwe ojii nọ. Ọ bụ olileanya ndị mmadụ etu o sila dị na mbọ a niile ndị ọrụ nchekwa na-agba ga-aga n'ihu mite ezi mkpụrụ na ịchụ mpụ na arụrụ ala ọsọ ikwu eru ala na steeti a. Site n'Owerri, Loretta Arinze-Igwem, onye nta akụkọ NTA.
Ebe a ka anyị na-awụsa ọwa na nke abalị a. Dịka m na-apụ ngachikwentị na isiokwu ndị a ghọrọ anyị ọkpụkpụ okwu. Onye nta akụkọ Faith Igwilu enwetala akara nrite site n'aka onye aka na-achị steeti Imo. Anyị wetakwara unu akọ na ụlọọrụ INEC ekwuola banyere ọtụtụ akwụkwọ ikikere ntuliaka elu akpọrọ PVC n'aha mkpirisi a na-ewebeghị ewe na steeti Imo. Dịka m na-apụ nke bekee ga-esochi. Aha m bụ Obianojuwonso. Ka abalị taa gara na nke ọma.
Top stories on the news. Faith Igwilu backs Media Excellence Award from Imo State Governor. Plus, Independent National Electoral Commission INEC unveils uncollected PVCs in Imo State. Good evening and thanks for joining us. It's Nta Owerri News at 7. You can watch us live using our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Owerri Live. I am Faith Igwilu. Let's join hands to build a prosperous nation, ensure violence and vote trading. Now to the details of tonight's bulletin. To promote objectivity in news reportage among journalists in the country, training and retraining of media practitioners have been identified as key. Governor Hope Uzodinma made this emphasis during the 2022 Imo Media Merit Award of the governor. The reports.
Governor Hope Uzodinma Imo Media Merit Award, which is the second in the series, is an annual award for practicing journalists in Imo State, which aims at promoting media excellence among members of the 4th Estate of the Rim. The 2022 edition produced 9 journalists from different categories, including a staff of Nta Owerri, Faith Igwilu, who emerged the best state correspondent. While congratulating the winners, Governor Uzodinma emphasizes the need for commitment to objectivity in the discharge of their duties. He tasks the leadership of the NUJ to ensure that measures are put in place to check indiscipline among practitioners, noting that the next set of winners will be sponsored for foreign training.
It is only when you are efficient and effective that Imo people will benefit from your career. If you are complacent and pretend not to have a stake, you are not only killing the career, you are destroying the profession.
The NUJ chairman, Imo State Council, Comrade Fan Wangoma, the general manager, Nta Owerri, Phil Obano, and the awardees express gratitude to Governor Uzodinma for the gesture.
I'm so grateful that the category where NTA excelled, it's a category that is quite difficult to excel in. That's writing a story that portrays the state in a totally different and positive light.
If the governor sustain it, it will be a benchmark in journalism profession in Imo State.
I feel fulfilled. I thank God so much.
It shows that everything I put out on air, somebody is recognizing it.
Cash awards of 1 million naira for each of the awardees was announced by the Imo State Governor in Owerri. Beatrice Anyam, NTA News.
Imo State Resident Electoral Commissioner Professor Sylvia Agu has expressed concern over the large number of uncollected permanent voter cards (PVCs) in the state. She made this known at the stakeholders meeting held in Owerri. Our correspondent has details. The Resident Electoral Commissioner, Professor Sylvia Agu, said the electoral umpire has received and commenced the distribution of 152,221 PVCs from the new registrations carried out between January and July 2022. She, however, lamented non-collection of nearly 300,000 PVCs in the 27 local government areas from previous CVR exercises in 2011 to December 2022.
As a force strong here, I am personally convinced INEC will deliver on her mandate of carrying out a free, fair, and credible election. Especially with the use of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS.
Also of great concern to the state's INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner is the frequent attacks on the INEC facilities in Imo State, a situation she says is capable of jeopardizing the Commission's preparations for the 2023 polls. She, however, expressed optimism that such attacks cannot stop the elections.
These attacks are a concern to the Commission, considering the negative consequences on the Commission's preparations for the 2023 general elections. However, it is pertinent to mention that these attacks will not in any way disrupt the set electoral calendar of the Commission.
In their separate remarks, Imo State Commissioner of Police Mohammed Bade and the State Director Department of State Security Service Wilkos Edame Nambo assured the people of the state of their safety during the elections.
I want to assure the disabled that there is never a time that they are treated differently. All of them are treated like others. Here in Imo State, all the security agencies are working together. We have a very wonderful synergy, working together to ensure peace and stability in our dear state.
The stakeholders meeting featured question and answer session. In Nta Owerri, 2023 general elections heightened the need to set in motion necessary mechanisms to curb political violence has taken the center stage. Chuma Wankwe, who spoke with a cross-section of Owerri residents, reports that the people are proposing stiffer penalties for defaulters of the recently signed peace accord. The reports.
Several factors are playing out in redefining the political process in parts of the country as the 2023 general elections approach. In Imo State, for instance, a sudden increased consciousness on the part of the youth in registering and acquiring their voter cards. Political campaigns and political town hall meetings have been seamless and violence-free. Be that as it may, some Owerri residents affirm that the desperation of most politicians contributes largely to heating up the body politic, thereby ventilating thuggery, mayhem, and violence in all its shapes.
You know, the extreme desperation of politicians whose interest is to weaponize ethnicity, religion, and other primordial tendencies to take political power by all means. They are the ones that usually trigger electoral violence by mobilizing the young people in a very wrong direction, you know, incentivizing them and protecting them as they go about destroying lives and properties in the name of supporting a candidate or their party.
Pattern of elections or the electioneering process ordinarily shouldn't have been a problem. But unfortunately, a lot of things have snowballed, or rather made it imperative that people now use force. They now apply force. There is the issue of winner take all. There is the issue of people wanting to remain in power at all costs.
They suggested that for political violence to be checked, the key players, who are the politicians themselves, must be conscious to act according to the rules of the game.
So INEC should look inwards and make sure that it checks the conduct of its staff. They should not be influenced by any politician in the first place.
So when election is conducted or is being conducted, and you begin to observe some irregularities, nothing stops the staff from reporting to the INEC.
Actually hold those who commit violence accountable for it. And the Electoral Act is very clear. The current 2022 Electoral Act in section 93 is very clear on what constitutes electoral violence and punishment. And what we expect is that the law enforcement agents will all come together working with INEC to make sure that those that are involved are punished, because the only way you avoid impunity for any crime is to punish those who have committed the crime. And immediately we begin to punish people who commit electoral violence, people will become more careful.
Imo State Commissioner for Homeland Security and Vigilante Affairs, Ugoji Okechukwu Ugoji, says that the state government has donated operational vehicles to the Imo State Police Command to enable them maintain the peace.
In addition to our work with the police, this ministry has been directed by Governor Hope Uzodimma to do a sensitization tour of all the local government areas in Imo State. There are 27 of them altogether. And so we have embarked on that. And part, of course, of the message we bring at these sensitization tour events is peace, peaceful coexistence. And of course, as the elections loom for next year, then peaceful elections is part of the message we bring to these sensitization tours.
Nta Owerri, Chuma, one.
Tactical measures adopted by the security agencies in the state have been attributed to the level of successes so far recorded in the fight against insecurity in the state. This is the view of some security experts who made it known in interacting with NTA News. Loretta Rinzegwim reports.
Security of life and property remain a major task for government at all levels as it enhances socio-economic activities. These security experts say should not be left in the hands of security agencies alone, but should be a collective responsibility. To this end, partnership now exists between security agencies and other relevant stakeholders in the state, including the leaders and members of rural communities. The contributions of such stakeholders comprising traditional rulers, town union presidents, youth leaders, vigilante groups, hunters association, among others, experts knows, are yielding positive results.
We've received certain reports of potential disturbances of the peace. And wherever there are vigilante groups in those areas, we've tended to mobilize them. In addition, with the DPOs, that is the police stations that are closest to the area or to the theater where things are happening, they have provided, by that I mean the vigilante groups and their members, have done a good job of providing intelligence for the security outfits in the state. I cannot give you specifics because that will compromise the confidentiality of intelligence gathering. But these vigilante groups have helped us in locating the existence of criminal syndicates, in locating the existence of insurgents, in locating the existence of herdsmen who have occupied some of the ungoverned spaces in the state. So yes, there has been a lot of help from the vigilante groups.
Michael Abotam is the police public relations officer in Imo State. He says the police is putting more measures in place to boost confidence among members of the public.
We've been able to bring down crime because we took the war to their den. And we have been working assiduously. And that is why if you watch today, businesses have come back in full swing, nightlife, and people goes about their legal businesses without fear of being molested. One of the strategies which, like I said, when you see something, you say something. And how will you say something if you don't have the contact of the security agencies? And that is the more reason why the Commissioner of Police ordered that there must be a complimentary card containing our numbers, our distress call numbers, and that was why we came up with this. You can see we came up with this complimentary card, which we have shared all over, so that people can access the police easily. When you are in distress, you can easily call these numbers and we will come to your aid.
The people are, however, hopeful that such efforts will further result in achievement of a crime-free society. In Owerri, Nta Owerri, NTA News.
You are still watching NTA News at 7. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Welcome to the Legend Hotel and Suites. Welcome to Astonishing Hospitality, an ideal place for your relaxation. The Legend Hotel and Suites gives you the best treat in our fully air-conditioned royal suites, deluxe suites, and standard rooms. We guarantee your every moment needs and ultimate satisfaction with our sumptuous local and continental dishes in our restaurant, exotic drinks in our bar, and swimming pool services for your relaxation. Enjoy peace and serenity in our conducive environment with 24-hour uninterrupted power supply, free Wi-Fi, laundry services, adequate security, ample parking space, spa and unisex salon for your inner and outer beauty. The Legend Hotel and Suites offers a place for your conferences, seminars, weddings, workshops, meetings and other events in our different categories of halls. The Legend Hotel and Suites is located at plot 5044 Nta Owerri Commercial Layout, behind Imo State House of Assembly, Owerri, Imo State. For inquiries, call us on 0703-107-8121 or 0913-434-2849. You can visit us on www.thelegendhotels.com or email us on thelegendhotels@gmail.com. The Legend Hotel and Suites. Experience living legend.
You are welcome back. Trading activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Thursday closed on a negative note. All shows index declined with 1,530%, closed at 50,868 naira 52 kobo basis points. For details, let's join Obenijumos.
138,716,449 naira shares in 3,673 deals, corresponding to a market value of 1,828,177,123 naira 80 kobo were traded. Compared with the previous trading day, Wednesday, January 4th, today's data shows 48% decline in volume, 86% decline in turnover, and 12% decline in deals. The current market capitalization of the Nigerian Stock Exchange is 27.7 trillion naira. In the aggregate, 111 listed equities participated in trading, ending with 20 gainers and 16 losers. John Holtz led the gainers with 10% share price appreciation, closing at 0.88 per share. On the losing side, Prestige Assurance Company came out last with an end-of-the-day price depreciation of 8.7% at 0.42 per share. Sterling Bank recorded the highest volume of 29.2 million traded shares, representing a one-week gain of 1.87%, a 4-week gain of 5.38%, but an overall year-to-date loss of 0.75%. Other remarkable indices that performed were the top 50 index. With business news, Obianujumosu, NTA News.
This is the size of our bulletin this night. Thanks for watching. But before we go, remember elections are around the corner. Ensure you are prepared to exercise your civic responsibility. Do you have your voter card? I am Faith Ibilo. Have a pleasant night's rest.
Good kai. Barka da zuwa. Takalmin ka ya tsinke ko? To bari in gama wannan yanzu nan, ka zauna a nan. This one no be money for Nigeria now.
No, this one are the new Nigeria money.
Kai,
new money for inside Nigeria.
Kai make you know me why this money no be Nigeria money.
No.
No.
You know here say the Central Bank of Nigeria don't bring new money. 1,000 naira note, 500 naira note, plus 200 naira note. Since on the 15th of December 2022. And now even Oga Muhammadu Buhari wey be president, na him can stamp. Bam! You fit still dey use this old naira note plus the new naira note until 31st January 2023. So therefore, you must to accept this money and everybody must to also accept am because this money wey you dey see here so na the original legal tender wey Nigeria don knack stamp. Na Central Bank of Nigeria na him bring una this message.
Have you been searching for a comfortable and serene environment where you can unwind without leaving a hole in your pocket? Search no more. Village Shori Hotels is the place to go. At Village Shori Hotels, our guests are treated to affordable rooms with complimentary breakfast, uninterrupted power supply, and 24-hour internet facility for your relaxation. Our Chinese restaurant offers you mind-blowing intercontinental and continental dishes with a cozy lounge and a fully stocked bar to make your day a memorable one. For your business meetings and social events, our large conference hall gives you a desired comfort. Male and female saloon, spacious car park, backed up with maximum security are all part of the treat. Village Shori Hotels is located at plot 12 Aladima Northern Extension along Imo State University towards Aladima Hospital, Owerri. For reservation, please call 0818-794-0093, 0706-489-9248 or 0703-485-1713. Village Shori Hotels. Home away from home.
Welcome to the Glow Festival of Joy. It's a celebration like no other, with prizes like no other. 20 new houses to be won, 24 brand new cars, 200 sewing machines, 100 generators, 1,000 rechargeable fans. It's raining Gidigba prices this season in the Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# to enter and grab your share of prizes in this celebration of a lifetime. It can only be Glow. Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# now.
Do you want to have a taste of what true luxury is all about? Titanium Hotels and Resorts is an experience that set the standard. Welcome to Titanium Hotels and Resorts, a home away from home. For your comfortability and relaxation in our platonic suite, standard room, super deluxe and super standard Titanium special. We serve you with our delectable dishes and exotic drinks in our restaurant and bar. Titanium Hotels and Resorts present you the best hospitality and top-notch facilities. 24-hour power supply, free Wi-Fi, laundry services, CCTV for adequate security, banquet hall and swimming pool for your luxurious living. Titanium Hotels and Resorts is located at number 12 Azion Road, off Port Harcourt Road by Mass Aluminium, Owerri, Imo State. For reservations, call 0817-166-7544. You can email us on titaniumhotels@gmail.com or visit us at www.titaniumhotelslimited.com.ng. Titanium Hotels and Resorts, a graceful hospitality in the heart of the city.
Nta Owerri, delivering quality broadcast services, news, programs, adverts, promos, and jingles. We have the manpower and our equipment all digitized, giving you crystal clear signal and output. Our upgraded transmitter makes our reach far and wide. Watch Nta Owerri from the nooks and crannies of Imo State and beyond. On terrestrial, search Nta Owerri on